I just played through Jedi Survivor and I did it on Jedi Master difficulty because it's obvious. Let's run through the journey and see if it's awesome. You know what to do if you enjoy this video. We open on Coruscant and I've been captured. Guess it's time to go to Ginger Jail, am I right? The Thailand's in the underbelly. I get pushed around, but...
The Senator is expecting us.
Oh, something's up. It's especially strange because I have full control. Let's see where this goes. The Empire is being awful? What else is new? That must be the Senator. Huh. Something's off. Senator Sajan is curfewing the entire area? There's a fresh one if I mouth off again, but I'm dragged before the alien man. He has my lightsaber. Oh boy. Hey BD, where have you been? There's classified info on the yacht? Clever. I'll be taking that? It isn't that hard to dispatch the idiot's security detail. An EMP keeps the guy from escaping. Thankfully, the mishaps don't stop us. I climb around only to fall from a hit. It's no big deal though. Where do I go from here? Ah, the enemies, go figure. A short pipe leads to our first meditation spot. The skill tree is expanding. Nice. Enemy respawns are still a thing too, that might keep happening. Let's grab a chest and get moving. I waste a few scouts and, I wonder what I can use this for. Back to the crevasses with my buddy, eh? Okay. Ooh, I can swing around in more dimensions. That's the perfect path to an ambush. Waiting around for another shot? Nah, I can just bring my enemies to me. More scouts? They all have to go. Am I weaker than I was at the end of Fallen Order? It must be a balance thing. Oh yay, another trooper. Luckily, Bode is here to rescue me. He has to unblock a crane. That propels us forward, but I need a shortcut too. When in doubt, follow Bode. I slide down a rooftop, tear through another squad, and wonder what this button does. Oh great. They aren't that difficult, but still. One meditation later, I get back on the move. We run into a massive patrol. There are alternatives to fighting, but then I have to fight. Let me guess, I'm going to fall to the patrol. Yep, Force Slow certainly helps me out, but I need a stim anyway. Some reinforcements try to challenge me. It doesn't turn out that well for them.
The Emperor turned the Jedi Temple into his palace.
Yeah, that's what the Empire does best. Take something you love, and make it something you can't stand the sight of anymore.
Is Bode giving me a hint? I run across some screens, but I can't just drop back down one story. Why? Oh. Another try will do, so I'm falling forever. You've got to be kidding me. Back to the checkpoint! I make it across, swing over to some apartments, and fight off a bunch more. Oh great, a security droid. We take it down on the first try and discover an ascension cable. As I rig it up, Bode recounts our battle on Kashyyyk. He's a single dad with a daughter? Oh, the cable can only hook to certain points. I guess that comes with the style. More life is always a good idea. The crew's here. They're all dead, aren't they? We'd better get on the yacht. The only question is how. Pushing a bunch of pipes leads me straight there. BD does all of the cracking and we catch our target. The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded. Okay, what are we looking at?
You're lost. The Republic is dead. It was killed by politicians just like you.
Better to fight and die on your feet than live on your knees, right?
You'll pay for this, Count Kestis.
Oh, I'm so scared! Jackass! Naturally, the imps show up, and I knew she wasn't dead. Gabs takes a shot for me, so I have to run and fall into a butcher's plant? At least there's a meditation point. Why did BD lose the ability to carry 10 stims? Purge troopers are easier than they were. There's some essence over here, and aw, look at how BD sits. Wait, I can actually make enemies fight each other. Cool. Let's jump on up, and the Ninth Sister is here, isn't she? A bunch of troopers are in my way. Fortunately, Bode crashes into them. That's one way to do it. I pull a Trilla and bring down the Ninth Sister's tie. Get on with it! Why can't I stop the unblockable attacks? For some reason, I can't do anything else, so I have to reset. Why does this feel like a QTE that isn't even on the screen? Somehow I pull it off. Her name is Masana Tide? Oh.
It's time to set you free.
She definitely won't pop up in the sequel, right? We're on our way out. I drop even more troopers, hop some zip lines, and press on. Bravo is here too. Good. Unfortunately, the Empire is hot on our tail. As I venture out, Bravo's overwatch proves invaluable. I just have to push a purge trooper and we're clear. Oh, did I say that? We still have to get off the planet. Grease isn't on board? Uh-oh. Some ties are closing, but the Z-95s have brakes. That eliminates one detachment. The only problem is that Bravo has no plot armor. We're away. That should matter, but where did Bode go? Never mind that, BD has some holovids to show. Is it just me, or are we focusing on Marin? Ah, nuts, the ship is in trouble. We have to get to Kobo. But first, I need to clean BD up. That's better. We drop out of hyperspace, and what is that? The Mantis is in bad shape, so we pull out of a dive and hard land at the edge of a cliff. It's a long, long way to the outpost. Maybe we can take a Tronto shell for a ride. There's no way through the gate, but I can wall run over to some random battle droids. Clearing out the caves isn't terribly difficult. Therefore, I climb around and...
I got it so easy. Guard the cliff, crush the locals, look at the scenery. Nobody's getting past me, not without a blaster hole in him.
No. We might as well set up some infrastructure. Who is shooting missiles? Oh, it's a super. I lay waste to my enemies, make my way into the muck, and blow open a makeshift dam. Let's stay out of the sludge. Who is Ravis? I'm sure we'll figure that out later. The Bedlam Raiders are terrorizing local prospectors. We'll have to do something about that. There are a lot of blocked paths. All the more reason for a few more visits, I suppose. In the meantime, we have to blow holes in the dams and get justice for a murdered local. More roller mines are over here. The baddies have commandos too? Uh-oh. I strike one down anyway, blow open a cavern, and take a look around. What's in this direction? Oh, it's another angry creature. First tries are best tries. Anyway, back to business. I let a roller mine follow me and use the force to my advantage. Another angry brute gets in my way and moves out of it in no time at all. Easy peasy. I climb up a rope, take an elevator down, and finally blow the dam. We're on the right track, just one more hop, and we're there. BD-1 scans the Tronto shell. There's no real danger, but weren't we supposed to hitch a ride? Nope. I have to waste even more droids and Prince of Persia it up to another passage. How did the Boglings get here? Who is this beefy madam?
Grease? Well, shoot, I know him. I run the stables in town. My name's Mosey.
I mean, she has a personality. We might as well get to town. After a bit of exploration, I stumble across a Rancor. Well, that isn't fair. Let's get to town and worry about it later. Someone throws a walking frog out of the cantina, so I have to get in the way. Wait, that's Ravis? It's time to put a stop to this madness. Oh, right, I'm out of health. Whoopsie! Zeke uses an awful lot of unblockable attacks. I take him down anyway. What about Ravis? Oh, he's fine with leaving, for now. Turgle and Doma are friendly, we're off to a good start. It's nice to see Grease again. He owns the bar, but...
Everything I'm doing feels pointless. The Empire's only growing stronger.
Maybe we can do more damage this time. It seems kinda silly to split the old team up. We'll have to see why later on. For now, I have to crash downstairs. That means that Grease can stand over me. Again.
Home, Grease. There is no home. Home was the Order. It was my teacher. It was everyone I lost. What does their sacrifice mean if I go and I just give up and stick my head in the sand?
It wouldn't mean anything. Grease points me to the tunnels below. The gyro should be down there. I can't go that way, but I can go around. The wildlife is a bit of a distraction, still I swing down and find exactly what I need. It can't be that simple, can it? BD-1 accidentally starts a cave-in and we fall into a... What is that? There's a Jedi chamber here? Okay, I activate an odd bridge and discover a droid. Long ago, Jedi Master Centauri Kree wiped her mind. The two of them were on a mission to see what's on the other side of the Kobo Abyss. And then the moon exploded. What's so important about Tanalorr, though? I wake Z up and look for a way to free her. There's another orb over here, so I plug the two in and hop over to another jumping puzzle. That goes there, and I jump back down. Z can barely walk, but wait, there's a Jedi temple on Tanalorr? Huh. I can play with a perk system now? Cool. The elevator takes us right back into town. Oh hey, Bode's back. Wait, how did he make it here in one piece? Never mind that. Z needs my help to finish her mission at the forest array. Also, there's treasure. That ought to help. After a bit of running around, I stumble across Not Ellen Ripley and her droid. It's only right to entice them to Pyloons. This little jumping puzzle leads to the array. I make my way across and push around a bunch of melee droids.
These raiders are keeping the Empire at bay. At least they're good for something.
Let's get the door open. The way's clear, but not for long. I push back some obstacles and zipline down to a triple wall run. Again, what's the point of going to Tanalorr? Some imps and raiders are fighting. That makes it easier for me. Where do we go from here? The lumbering bile maw points the way. I defeat it on my first try, but there had better be a meditation point soon. Who is this? Ah, it's the resident archaeologist. Back to full strength. I push up to a oh no.
Help me, BD.
When in doubt, slash and skip. It's time for the Chamber of Reason.
The path that we must walk is not always immediately visible to us. Only through patience, careful thought, and the wisdom of the Force will the way appear.
Well, that was a hint. The open path is too obvious, so I head for the wall and pull another orb. We get back on track and take the power source up to another pedestal. Alright, what's next? I grab an orb for the third pedestal, and we move on up. This can't be the right way. Oh, it's the fourth one. I grab some dexterity and head on out. It's a long way down to... what is this? Oh, Sith spit, it's a force swarm! Some platforming works wonders, and I make it to the array. All but one of the paths are blocked, so I hop around and climb up. A giant bird got caught on the weird vines. We can't exactly help with that, but I can take down a Mogu. This is some kind of amplifier that clears out the vines. And the sparkly bees. I jump out of the area, take down a minigunner, and move back into the wild. Wait, I'm in a bile maw den? Uh-oh. Well, I can confuse it into fighting and take it out after the fact. Time for a flashback to a lesson?
Cal, you can't fight your way out of some situations.
But I can tame animals. I glide back to the array, meditate on what I know, and tear through even more troopers. Do we have to use the beam in the center? Rotating the pedestal opens up new paths and frees our bird. Will the creature help? Maybe later. That's actually the way out. I have to head over here. This looks familiar, but there's only one orb to go around. I might as well fling it ahead and cross. What does the array do exactly? There's a Jedi in cryosleep here. It's Dagon, isn't it? He and Centauri actually made it to Tanalorr a long time ago. Somehow I'm there as well, but it's a vision. Whoa, flash forward. How many temples do the Jedi have? Dagon wanted to train Jedi on Tanalorr. Did he manage it? Oh wait, there's an enemy fleet. Never mind.
You're not here. You're not supposed to be here. Release me.
What? How is he going to function after 200 years? I get Dagon caught up, but he wants to bleed his Kyber crystal! Well, that came out of nowhere. It takes a little time to whittle my new enemy down, and he flees because plot. Thankfully, there's some health essence here. That'll do. I zipline and glide straight into the Neko pools. There's one. Let's ride. Hey, the mantis is fixed. Great. Ah, it's one of those Well, that's not fair! The third time's the charm, and I discover a pair of holotactics programmers. They can be good for the saloon, so there's that. The place should liven up over time. A keycard nets me another stim. We should hop over to Jedi. The anchorites are a bit elusive and wary of an oncoming dust storm. Then again, they are willing to give us an escort.
They give me the creeps. I wonder what kind of weirdo she's gonna send to meet you.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find out. There are some ruins up here, but tremors get in the way. I move very quickly and find safety in a structure. Huh, there's a force tear here. What can The game crashed. Back to the checkpoint. Apparently, this game doesn't like ray tracing on Jedi. Why? Oh. I try to evade my stalker, but some sand crabs kill me. Alright, let's get back to where we were. These ruins look neat. Oh, my escort must be around. It should be a short climb, but a jump trooper grabs me. Yay. A bunch of imps challenge me, but they're no problem at all. Oh hey Marin, where have you been? Our hot goth witch beats up the remainder, and we catch up.
I thought they'd send someone a bit more, unfamiliar.
I would not be so quick to judge, Cal Kestis. Much has changed since we last saw each other.
Yeah, you became even hotter. Did I say that out loud? The riot shields might be a bit of a problem. Then again, I can fling them at the enemy. Some KX droids are here. Time for some teamwork. This box seems important. I push it down and across to the exit. We have to clear out the troopers near the speeders, so we do just that, and oh, there's a spammel? Okay. Wouldn't this be faster if Marin teleported me too? Whatever. Wait, she knows how to reconstruct an entire wall? Damn! It's not hard to get where we need to be, but we have more troopers to deal with? Great. One minigunner gets out of my way, and oh wow, Marin knows how to kick ass!
Haunting Imperials has become a hobby of mine.
Nice. She doesn't like my jokes, that's not good. Some jump troopers fall by our hands and we push up to a Skriton lair. It's really a giant scorpion, but who's counting? We take the big bastard down with no redos required. That wasn't very fun to fight.
Seer would be disappointed if I left you to die in the desert.
Aww. I tamed the spameland. Oh, I like where this is going.
Just glad you're alright.
You as well. Wherever I went, you were never far from my thoughts.
I really like where this is going. The imps are on the move and, oh Frel, not another Skriton. We get thrown from the spammel and a dust storm blows in. At least Marin can assemble a bridge. Never mind, it can't overcome the weather. Keep moving. We have to find shelter from the storm. And the imps. Marin's hold spell helps a lot. ATST be gone! The spammel finds us again. Good. Marin helps me out with some fire, but...
I had to leave, Cal. In order to see the galaxy on my own terms.
That makes sense, I guess. In the morning ooh, more stims. The ground is kind of slippery, all the more reason to find my way around, and here we are. Master Cordova is in the building? What a surprise! At some point, the Zepho passed into the unknown regions. That forced a change of focus to the survivors. I might as well see Seer. She has done a lot over these past few years. The hidden path is in pretty good shape because of me. Well, that's good. Down to business. Dagon has a lab on Kobos Moon, so should we go there or back to the planet first? Make lightsabers juicy again. Bode wants to give me a blaster? How thoughtful. Yeah, let's head back to Kobo. We're on our way to the stone spires, but there's something over here. It's another chamber.
The Force teaches us that what our eyes see and our hands touch is not always the truth of the world. The world bends to the will of the Force. As such, it may also bend to you.
This should be an interesting puzzle to solve. Pulling a block out is easy enough. The second one is a bit less cooperative, though. Oh right, force pull. There's one more over here. Do I have to wedge it? Nope, just run. A wall run leads me to the real objective. How do I get over there? Shoving the boxes together certainly helps. Push, don't pull. I yank the other box back, pull out a bar, and jump over to the finish. We'll have to find out what the perk does later. For now, let's get back on mission. Who's running this boat?
My bantable mum dubbed me Scuba Stev. Scuba the Fisher, am I?
Maybe he can help with the tank at the saloon? Hold on, didn't BD already learn how to slice security droids in the last game? There's a medical droid down here. She might be helpful. Stims are a great idea too. Oh, by the way, the Haxian brood is still after me. They've been demoted to side quests though, so whatever. Let's keep moving. It's another one of those beam pedestals. Rocky vines are blocking the vents up ahead, so I grab an orb and clear out one. Let's glide on over, smash the droids, and oh no. Okay, that's done. Orb, meet pedestal. We're actually dealing with Kobo matters, so I outfit BD with a grinder. It just works. I take the treasures, grab the orb, and burn away matter on another vent. Wait, that's not the last one? The rule of 3 takes it all, I guess. I can't go that way, so jam the door. The cube can block the beam. That's exactly what I need to get the orb out. We glide up to the Forbidden City? Okay, why not? These clowns have lightsabers? Oh boy, the Force is with me. There's a device in the study. Dagon murdered 2 Jedi in the past over it. We're getting closer to the truth. Up to the moon we go. I'm not sure how I'm breathing. Anyway, we'd better get moving. It's a short climb across some hot vents to the main complex. The only problem is that the raiders are already here. Whoa. I break through and defeat the Magna Guard on my first try. Second try. Let me have this! Finally! What in the Force was that? I narrowly avoid a deadly shock and push on. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Actually, it's not that hard. Never mind. Some zip lines while running and climbing take me right to the baddies. No entry, so I have to go around. Why am I such a klutz? No matter, I defeat the enemy and hitch a ride on some droids. Time to drop in and say hi. Another wall of electricity? This galaxy lacks safety laws. First tries make all the difference. Another one? The platform breaks down, but some lifters save me. I really need to time this properly. Luckily, there are only 2 battle droids at the top and a meditation point. Thank the boglings. Just push it, and there we go. I discover a second device and head back to Jeddah with a special surprise. My lightsaber has a crossguard now. It's very slow, but high on damage. Hello there. The devices are identical, but what do they do? Master Cordova will have to figure that out. Meanwhile, I have to fight the Empire. Brother Armaius has the communication codes for the entire network, so we have to rescue him. Just another day, am I right? Marin and I rush out of the base and hop on a spammel. What's the best way to get there? Definitely not by engaging the Empire too early. We hop around and tear through some imps who are blocking the way. The wildlife isn't very cooperative either, but we make it work. Climbing around is a little tricky, but patience and my ascension cable get the job done. 2 balls open the door ahead. Unfortunately, the Empire is on the way. Oh damn, another Scryton. Marin's hold and my Bite Me saber bring down the creature. A double wall run moves us forward. Then again. I really should have meditated. Lesson learned. Second tries are better than nothing. Let's move on. Do I have to jam that door? We can find out, and I'm stuck. Or am I? How do I get up there? Oh, there's actually a crypt behind me. It's full of space crabs, but they fall easily enough. Another jump across the arches outside brings us to the Whistling Drop. I can't leap straight across the chasm, but I can pull a singing obelisk. That's weirdly beautiful, but the wind is still a problem. Dropping below it certainly helps. Was that bar in place before? It's easy to move, but... Really? I will run on my second try and push up to more troopers. The takedown works and I saber down to a crashed shuttle. Wait, Marin did this? Damn! At least the wind is out of the way for now. It seems like this could have been cut short with forced jump. Where to now? Oh boy, we have a dark trooper up ahead! Parries are the best strategy. And cutting off arms. The stomps are a big problem, but I take the droid down on my first try. Of course, I have to head back outside. Now what? Sliding into a double wall run isn't so bad. Some imps have to fall, but why is that container stuck? I'm off track. All it really takes is a double jump. Fair enough. More crabs. There's a tile puzzle here. What is the... Wait, there it is. A stim refill certainly helps, but it doesn't get me closer to Armias. Another block and a triple wall run will, though. And who might you be?
I'm Peely. Didn't expect to see any pilgrims today.
She's a gardener. That could be great for Kobo. How is she going to get there? I have no idea. Time for combat. We're almost there. Marin seems to be up for anything. Maybe in more ways than one? My crossguard does a better job of taking on a dark trooper. So there's that. Reassembly is the right way forward, as is a wind tunnel. There's an extensive puzzle to solve. Pulling 3 blocks brings down a larger obelisk in the center. I swing around and saber down to a cyclone room. The wind blows me into a flashback, and I suddenly remember how to dash in midair? Shouldn't I already know how to do that? To the game's credit, it does a good job of easing me into the new mechanics. All of a sudden...
Let's split up. I will distract that monstrosity.
Again? Oh well. As a great Jedi once said, there's juiciness, yet serenity. Getting across the broken bridge is a little tricky, but it has to be done. Thinking in 90-degree angles will never be troublesome. A few more jumps, and we're there. There's a problem though. Everyone else is too. The troopers are fairly easy to handle, but they're just the welcoming party. It's bound to get worse inside. I saber down to the main floor and find a dark trooper detachment. Bunching my enemies up works for a moment. However, the robot has a rocket launcher and an axe. What else is new? Beating the bad guys down isn't too difficult, and I find more green walls. How can I get through them? Who knows? There's always a way around. The drill believes so as well, which is a huge problem. I avoid the disaster maker, fight some more troopers, and dive into the water beneath. The passage directs me to a door puzzle. 2 blocks stall my progress, so I yank a pulley for one and time the other. That does it. Brother Armias is ready to go. Just in case, he hands me the communication codes. He's out of plot armor, isn't he? Who could have seen that coming? Marin gives me a charm with the power to get through the green force fields. How is she supposed to get through them without it? Oh wait, she just can. Never mind. Let's get back to the temple. Our path must have something to do with the other green wall. A lot of troopers are down here. I have no idea why, but they fall just the same. We run into a dead end? Huh?
Do you trust me?
Yes. Is that for luck?
No. Hurry.
Sometimes you have to take what's already yours. We parkour around, probing for a weakness of some kind. A few slashes bring the drill down, paving the way for our escape. Back at the hideout, I hand the codes off to Seer, and we learn more. Dagon flew into the abyss by himself and discovered Tanalorr. When he came back, Centauri used the data to develop nav compasses. Unfortunately, the Nihil intruded, so the Jedi Council shut the whole thing down. The 2 compasses in our possession don't work. However, there is one left out there. That's our target. Back to Kobo. Our quest has been derailed by the kidnapping of Z. They took her to a Lucre Hulk out in the middle of nowhere. While Marin guards the outpost, Bode and I head out. What could possibly go wrong? The path runs through the devastated settlement. There's another laser wall here, so let's get moving. Bode shows up and we recon the area. Our target is in sight, but we have to push through a bog first. 2 ladies are out here looking for a missing datapad. I can help with that later. Bode is ready to go. We tear through even more battle droids and climb our way up. The electricity is a problem. Fortunately, some well-placed shots fix it. I wall run and swing across to the rafters. Time to meditate. Crossguard powers, activate. Alright, let's get moving. More fighting. Ah, another laser wall. That's the ticket. I make short work of the droids inside and press on. This ship is in bad shape. Then again, that works to my advantage. Uh-oh, I take the super down with no redos required. Yep, none at all. They're holding an army down here. Will we see it in action? Who knows? Another detachment down. Who's next? I think we're gonna have a problem here. Back to the checkpoint. This isn't paced all that well, but I push through it anyway and link back up with Bode. The second Magna Guard is a lot easier to handle with a companion. There's just one problem. Destroyers are ahead. Parrying doesn't work so well. I have to get up close and very personal.
So, you know she didn't just join to find Tantalor, right?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever you say, Cal.
We have a shipper on deck. Z is on an elevator surrounded by droids. Great. I have to get over there on my own. It's much easier with some spare stims. Meditation time. That should help, but it probably won't. Bode and I push through multiple waves in the barracks. What else is new?
It means trust your heart. Things are only getting worse out there. Life is precious. And so is happiness.
Why do I get the feeling that Bode is going to stab me in the back? Oh wait, we have to split up again? Well, there are no enemies in my way. Not yet anyway. Oh, hey Ravis. The muscle steals my tuners, so I cut off his arm and let myself fall. It doesn't work out. Fortunately, BD stops him and I saber my way down to another flashback. This one has something to do with the power I'm using. I rip down the turrets and move on. Now what? Oh right, jumping puzzles and lots of them. It is a break from the constant fighting though. More baddies. They have to go. These two. I take an elevator up and hoof it through the labyrinth back to the core. Oh, that's why I had to run around and flash back? If I already knew how to force slam, why couldn't I just do it the first time? Dagon and Ravis talk about Tantalor, but what will happen if they reach it? I have no idea. Something has to be done. Z is in here? How easy? Oh wait, never mind. Dagon and I fight it out for a moment. He pushes me into another circular arena, so I master my dodges and beat him down. Bode shows up, so Dagon jumps away. Shouldn't we go after him? No? Okay. I take an escape pod and crash back out in the bog. Oh, there's the data pad. It's busted, but Winnie and Zig can join the outpost. There's a chamber out here as well, so I matter it up all the way to the park. Recuperation might help at some point. Maybe it'll help me kill a frog. Then again, I could just cheese it by hiding behind a chest. This boss isn't fun to fight anyway. The Gorako Matriarch can climb. Can I do something with that? Really? There's an invisible wall? All too easy. More stims? Excellent. Oh look, another Jedi chamber. An idiot with a lightsaber is no match for a true Jedi. That's it? Okay. Oh, there's another chamber up in the mountain. Thanks, Toa. We have to fly to the Shattered Moon though, time is of the essence. I fight my way through many of the same enemies to the beam cannon. The path forward is very tricky, but I make my way up to one hell of an engagement. All done. Time to climb around to the trickiest challenge yet. I have to rush through the firing chamber to some rooms on the side. One of them has a secret path up to an elevator, so I take it and explore a science lab. Of course, the raiders are up here. I take them on and use the beams to my advantage. What's down here? This is where Centauri cut Dagon's arm off. And... oh, I can launch off my ascension cable now. Cool. I have to jump to the top of the lab, so I do just that, and oh boy, Ravis is here. We have a fight on our hands. It's all about picking and choosing when to strike. Dodging his missiles certainly helps. I whittle the guy down to near death. This should be easy, but wait, I only took off his armor. He's angry, but I can best him with some patience. There we go.
Where is the compass?
Centauri Kree's observatory. As Dagon suspected.
My adversary demands a warrior's end. I can't do that because Jedi, so he takes the decision out of my hands. Let's hop and wall run back to the Mantis. Is Marin concerned about something? I'll have to talk to her later. One hyperspace jump later, I mean.
My sisters taught me that to discuss a spell is to unravel it. So let us let this one lie. For now.
Oh! Okay, naturally, that means that Marin and I have to spamble out to some ruins. The blue ball puzzle is pretty clever, and a perk slot can't hurt. Oh, and Anchorite wants to leave with a bunch of priceless artifacts? No, 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 no.
It's a long way to the Holy City. Those relics will only slow you down.
It's a long way to the Holy City. They'll only slow me down.
I need the Force essence anyway. The path of restoration is trickier, but not impossible. There is a Dark Trooper at the top, but some quick slashes destroy the droid. This last one is on a timer. That's a problem which calls for speed. There we are. Marin and I slog it up to the top. What do these buildings do? Maybe it all has something to do with the intersection? I have a treasure map now. Neat. We need to go back to Kobo. Perfection. What have we over here? It's the Mire Terror. Some confusion makes a big difference, but I can't cheese the fight. Staying in the arena is the best course. The confusion can do even more work that way. Good. Who doesn't love another Jedi chamber? It needs some Kobo burns and proper timing. The raiders are attacking some Jawas too. I head over there and show them what for. The little scrappers like it, so they'll head for the outpost in due time. Back to Jeddah, just slash and back off. What can really stop me? I have to take on the Subathan Alpha. It's no problem at all. First try. We can jump back now. My real objective is up in the mountains. Sure, I have to deal with some Balmors, Bigfoot, and a bunch of imps, but those are distractions. The enemy shuttle is the prize. I can shock some generators. That opens the way to a cavern and an Imperial base.
On the moon and from their base.
Fantastic. The Dark Troopers? Not so much. I'm a tap away from failure, so I mind trick the last Stormtrooper and carefully hop my way forward. Rick, the door technician, are you trolling me now, Respawn? Well played. It's evil, but well played. I still have to be careful, but oh thank the Force! Alright, let's go. Boat intervenes on the way up to the observatory. That ought to keep the imps off my back for a while. Unfortunately, there are a lot of baddies in the field. I push through the droids and carve a path forward. Urgos gets in my way, but not for long. We have to press on because the compass is up here. Something feels wrong. I'm sure it's nothing. Time to waste even more raiders, including a pair of mini-bosses. The droids on the observation deck are pretty wimpy. Meditation time? So, what are we going to do about Dagon?
I will forge these raiders into an elite army led by disciples trained in the Force at my temple. Then when the time is right, I will strike out and cleanse this galaxy with fire.
And? Oh right, we have to fight. The fallen Jedi is far more effective this time because he's a boss. I really can't think of any other reason. As with Ravis, I have to pick and choose when to strike. And then he throws me on the roof. We've got a problem here. The duplicates can only do so much. Dagon sometimes attacks anyway and... Well, that's not fair, so I turn into Centauri Kree? The illusion doesn't last very long, but I end Dagon nonetheless. Bode is unsure about using Tanalorr for the hidden path. Is it because he's a traitor? We should get back to Jeddah and find out. The compass needs some tweaking, therefore, we all sit around the campfire. Someone is going to die soon. Seer has to prep the archive. It's her, isn't it? Time for some relationship work.
The order's gone. It's time to leave it behind. And I know what I want now.
Took you long enough.
Nice. I should check on Master Cordova anyway. Oh, the Empire found us? Who could have possibly sold out our location? Was it the only named main character who wasn't in the previous game? Go figure. I rush after the traitor, hop on a speeder, and follow him across the battlefield. We crash into a plateau and wait, Bode is a fallen Jedi? How did I not sense that? This fight is unwinnable. When I take enough hits, I fall off the cliff and pretend to be dead. Why? It's Seer's turn. I strike down the first wave of imps with no real trouble and follow Marin into the base. We have a lot of work to do, and it involves big explosive balls. That will definitely help. Unfortunately, the imps have breached the hangar. Let's make this quick and clean. Oh, there's an ATST? No problem. The next wave is too much, so I cave in the entrance. There's just one more thing I have to grab. The contact codes. Why didn't I take them when the attack first hit? I don't know. BD runs the data to the Mantis, and yeah, she's dead. Vader isn't all that complicated, but I have to double dash away from his attempted strangles. He has an awful lot of reach. Burying a Sith Lord in the archive just makes him angrier. Remembering to double dash makes all the difference, but... what was the point of extending that fight if Seer fails anyway? Cal makes it back in time to see his master die. What do we do now?
Why couldn't we sense him?
Yeah, why? Bode's locator beacon is still on? Well, we have to get him somehow. I'm going to pull Nova Garen apart. This looks like an ISB base. More jumping, more imps too. Dark Troopers. Yay! I strike my enemies down and move through the vents. Denvik must know where to go. Let's circle back and wait, why is my meditation screen red? I'm sure it's not foreshadowing. I have to fight 2 more DTs, but they can't seem to do anything beyond a certain point. Oh well, we should get moving. Denvik is waiting.
On the comms. Now.
The commander calls off his goons, but there's a problem. No, not that one. I can knock him out and take his uniform. Would that really make a difference, though? The ISB knows my face. Huh, I guess the troops don't. Bode has a spacious apartment, and a suspiciously Middle Eastern family? This must be Kata. I try to be friendly, even though I'll probably have to kill her dad. Oh, there's Bode. He made a deal in the past. Be an Imperial spy, and Denvik will stave off the Inquisitors. It's understandable, but his complicity will be his undoing. Well, time for the chase. Wait, I have to embrace the dark side? You asked for it. It is efficient. Maybe I can use it over and over again without falling? That is how the dark side works, right? The hangar isn't the most difficult fight, and then a platoon of Dark Troopers runs in. Time to rage! Oh, hi, Denvik!
My crew. Cordova. Fear! They're all dead because of him!
I strangle him for a bit, but...
the Empire has taken enough from us! I will not lose you two!
I'm not angry anymore because of my hot goth girlfriend? Okay, that checks out. Much to my surprise, we don't actually need the compass anyway. The forest array can just be aligned. So, Tanalorr isn't secure? What happens if the Empire figures that out? We might as well get this done. Nothing in this room works, so I have to fight a bunch of imps and open up the center. It lifts me up to see the alignment beams. How do I make this work? Wait, there it is. Z offers to align the arrays instead. Fair enough.
I might be 200 years old, but I'm as spry as a Padawan.
I like this droid. Everything is set. We're taking down Bode one way or the other. 3 pulses open the abyss. There's no turning back now. Grease has a bit of trouble piloting until we shift to pure speed. Uh-oh, we have to do something. Hyperspace, maybe? That did it! Perfection. A lot of old markers and droids are... oh wow, that's a view!
Very well. We will give Bode the choice to stand down. For Kata's sake.
And ours.
This won't end like that. At least she's alright.
Kata, your father stole something very important. We're gonna ask him to give it back.
Will you show us the way?
Okay. Follow me.
Nothing is impossible. Wait, why did the Jedi Council shut this place down again? It's huge! Bode almost kills his daughter, so we have to fight. The Fallen One has some tricks up his sleeve, but we're better. A lot better. Some solid blocking and teamwork opens Bode up for a burial. It's not enough, so I have to embrace the darkness. Again. He's getting angrier. Through patience, I gain victory.
And when the Empire comes, will you be able to protect my little girl?
That would have been easier with 4 people instead of 1, you know. Bode strangles Merrin, so I have to gun him down. Kata is awfully nonchalant about her dad's death.
But it does not have to define you. And you must not let it consume you.
That's insightful. I don't know if it'll work, but still. We set up 3 funeral pyres and burn the bodies. Kata leaves Mookie with her father. I suppose she is listening to Merrin now. A whole night passes, and Seer appears.
Cal, guide her through the darkness.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Jedi Survivor is entertaining, but a bit messy. In some ways, it's better than Fallen Order. In others, it's worse. The game's plot is the most obvious example of this conundrum. While I appreciate its focus on obsession, it's easy to think that the stakes are missing. For instance, what is so special about Tanalorr? There is no good answer beyond hiding from the Empire in the story. Then again, it isn't actually secure, so Bode would have needed safety in numbers to protect his daughter anyway. What was he going to do? Be entirely self-sufficient and drive himself and Kata mad? Couldn't he just do that by picking any old planet on the Outer Rim? I guess that the dark side doesn't make one think straight. Dagon's motivations are even hazier. The Jedi Council let him build a ton of stuff on the planet, only to shut him down for what exactly? That might be disappointing, but how does it translate into flipping out and killing other Jedi? With that said, Cal is a synthesis of the 2 characters. Although he also has to deal with the dark side, his Qui-Gon-esque outlook keeps him in the light. This comes across quite nicely in his relationship with Merrin. Cal was obviously taught the standard Jedi line that attachment is evil. However, it's important to point out that the actual concept refers to selfishness, not giving. Yes, that includes giving each other space. He was busy fighting the Empire, and she wanted to see the galaxy. They could have wound up resenting each other, but the selflessness made the hearts grow fonder. Of course, the 2 characters have good chemistry as well. I totally understood why they would have a thing for one another, and most video games don't even try to do that. She knows what she's doing too. Why wouldn't a guy notice certain things? The little moments pay off when Cal skirts close to the dark side. Merrin brings him back down by showing how much she cares. In turn, Cal values her enough to make the right choice. One definite bright spot has to be the side characters. Mosi, Turkle, Z, Scuva, and all the rest add that little bit extra to the world. Most of the time you just have to listen to them, but the effort to make them feel like real people is worthy of appreciation. Of course, action games like this one thrive or die because of how they play. I'm happy to say that the Jedi experience is still here. For the most part, anyway. The majority of the encounters are fair, and I love the enormous increase in enemy types. Each of the 3 factions call for different strategies, so it's very important to think on the fly. After all, mindless clicking will just get you killed, and who wants that? 5 lightsaber stances certainly help in that regard. For me, the double-bladed and crossguard are best, but I'm not every player. In keeping with the theme though, there are some problems. For instance, the execution of the new force powers feels off. Suddenly remembering that you can do something adds bloat to already lengthy gameplay segments. It's not a disaster, but it makes less sense than it did in Fallen Order. The most annoying aspect of the game, though, has to be the overabundance of unblockable attacks. Some of the battles and many of the creature hunts suffer because of this. And no, those encounters are not optional if you want solid upgrades. The performance problems are an annoyance as well. I pointed out a bunch of them earlier, but the achievements don't work either. Why do I have to flip on usage sharing to get all of them? I shouldn't have to. Still, I'm very interested in seeing where Respawn takes us for the finale. It's going to be a wild ride. GG, I'll see you next time.